average distance between the Earth and the Sun is 150 million kilometers. Currently, we are 5 times this distance in deep space. So no wonder we have run out of fuel. And there's no hope for any kind of resupply this far from our home planet. But we don't have to give up our journey. The giant gas planets will come to assist. Their fantastic gravity makes the so-called slingshot maneuver possible. It means that the gravity of the gigantic planets will speed us up. However, before we get launched by them, let us take a closer look at the king of the planets of the solar system, Jupiter. The almost star. Jupiter is made up of 19% of hydrogen and 10% of helium. Its composition is almost identical to the Sun, but for the nuclear fusion to ignite, that is, to turn hydrogen into helium, it would have needed 80 times its mass. It would be thrilling to have a Jupiter as a star. Let me know in a comment if you'd like to have 2 stars in our solar system. One of the iconic characteristics of Jupiter is the great red spot. It might look like a dot from Earth, but it has kept scientists curious for decades or even centuries. As it turns out, it is the giant storm, raging for about 350 years. It is so vast that our planet would fit in it. But however obsessed I am with storms, I wouldn't dare approach it. And even researchers are running out of time because the storm shrinks, so it's about to fade away, either in decades or in centuries. Jupiter is also the Earth god. If you haven't seen the episode on Earth in which we touched upon the subject, you can watch it anytime. Due to Jupiter's incredible gravity, it behaves like a cosmic vacuum cleaner. What does it mean? It diverts the trajectory of comets and asteroids coming from deep space into the inner solar system. It either locks them in an orbit or swallows them. Without Jupiter acting as a shield, it is possible that life on Earth could never emerge, because without it, Earth would be exposed to constant impacts. In 1994, the world could see live what Jupiter did to a comet named Shoemaker-Levy 9. It was heading toward the inner solar system, but Jupiter locked it, so it orbited it for a while, and later Jupiter tore it into 21 pieces. 21 fireballs were swallowed by Jupiter's atmosphere. If in Mars' case, the lack of a magnetic shield is fatal, in case of Jupiter, we see an overdose of a magnetosphere. It is exponentially stronger than the magnetic field of Earth. If we could see it in the night sky with naked eye, we would observe It's 2 times the size of a full moon. What creates this unbelievable magnetosphere? Although we don't know much about Jupiter's core, research suggests that it might be made of liquid metallic hydrogen, which is a perfect electrical conductor. Obviously, we cannot send a rover to Jupiter because it has no solid ground, and anything would be crushed by its thick atmosphere. Moreover, the cosmic radiation caused by this immense magnetosphere would fry an astronaut in minutes. Jupiter orbits the Sun in nearly 12 years. Do you know how much it takes to rotate on its axis? Get this, 9 hours and 56 minutes. Due to this crazy rotation, Jupiter generates and radiates more internal heat than it receives from the Sun. And this crazy spin is also the reason why Jupiter is not a perfect sphere, rather a spheroid, flattened on its poles and budged near the equator. Although Jupiter currently has 95 moons, we will speak about only 4 and only briefly. You can expect a longer material on them in short videos, so subscribe to the channel not to miss them. These 4 main moons are called the Galilean Moons because they were discovered by Galileo Galilei in 1610, and they prove that Jupiter's world is a miniature solar system. And these moons are 4 distinct worlds. Io, it is a sulfuric hell. It's a celestial body with the most volcanic activity in the solar system. It exposes gas into space all the time, and is being torn and crushed by Jupiter's crazy gravity. Europa, a realm beneath the ice. Scientists assume there is a global ocean, and this is a celestial body that fascinates everyone because we have a good chance to discover extraterrestrial life on it. NASA launched its Europa Clipper probe in 2024. Right now, it completes its slingshot maneuver in deep space to reach Europa by 2030. Ganymede, this moon, is bigger than the planet Mercury, and is the only known moon as of now which has its own magnetosphere. Callisto, it is also an icy world, but it's being constantly exposed to impacts. Its entire surface is covered by craters. And now let's say a few words about the metaphysics of Jupiter. This planet is obviously the king planet of the solar system, so there's no coincidence. It was named after the chief Olympian god Zeus, whose Roman name is Jupiter. Astrologers call Venus Fortune Minor. Jupiter is labeled Fortune Major. So it implies that there are probably celestial bodies who are named the opposite, Misfortune Minor and Misfortune Major. Yes, Mars and Saturn were labeled by these rigid prejudices. But this is a myth. Let's clarify right away that no celestial body, be it a planet, a star, a moon, whatever, brings nothing good or nothing bad. It is nothing less, nothing more than an archetype that lives within us. It can only refer to the current quality of time. No matter how many positive traits you associate Jupiter with, it won't improve your life, not unless you do it yourself. Jupiter symbolizes abundance. Some people misunderstand it as well because they think that abundance is necessarily something very pleasant, but it's not the case. For instance, if Jupiter transits in the 6th house, it may refer to an illness. In traditional astrology, Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius and Pisces. But after the discovery of Neptune, the god of seas is the only ruler of Pisces. On a high level, Jupiter symbolizes wisdom, healthy faith, and confidence or optimism. On the low level, however, it symbolizes the illusion of infallibility, blindness, and arrogance. Jupiter's world is beautiful, and discovering it is a miracle. But we have to keep on a very accurate trajectory. If we go too close, we'd be fried, we'd experience the same fate as Shoemaker-Levy 9 comet. But if we go too far, the slingshot maneuver will not work and we won't get the necessary speed. But we need this speed because there is much to discover in our solar system and beyond. So join me next time.